Hey, what's up, guys? So for today's shave, it's going to be the Franken puck or Franken soap that we made, and we're also going to kind of mix that a little bit with our little glycerin puck here from Colonel Conk. I believe that's the amber from Colonel Conk. So let's get started. I appreciate you guys coming here and spending some time with me today, whether it be morning, noon, night, wherever you are. We're using the Razor Rock 24 millimeter synthetic today, and we have some warm water in the Mount Fuji mug here, sent by Alex. And for the razor today, well, I don't know if it'll be in the title or description, but you'll see what it is. I'm going to load from this puck first. It won't be a typical DE or straight razor or single edge. It's actually going to be, I'll show you, the little Gillette Blue. Yes. It's a throwaway razor. The last one I used of this, I don't remember, in all honesty, I don't remember I think it was LP that sent these, but maybe it was Alex. You know what? On second thought, I think it was Alex. But it came with two. I used one. Man, these things are great. I probably used that razor 7-8 times before I had started noticing, a bit of tugging. And then I was like, man, I wonder if I can extend the life of these. And there are ways. There's little tools you can use to kind of like re-hone the edge, I guess. But anyway, I just threw it away, and we'll use the second one in the pack. So yeah, we're just getting a load here, and then once I get a load here, I'm going to go and load into my glycerin puck. And I just want to try this. I haven't tried this before. This actually has Mitchell's wool fat in it. Actually, I think that's the majority of this, Mitchell's wool fat. There's some other stuff too, though. So the post shave on this Franken puck, Franken-Soap, whatever, is actually pretty good. The slickness is pretty good as well. The lather is okay. But I just wanted to add the glycerin to see what it would do. Glycerin pucks themselves, if you were to shave with them, are typically pretty drying on the skin. So that mixed with this Mitchell's wool fat, let's see if we can get something extremely slick and also very good moisturizing properties. And let's see if we can make that happen here. Hope everyone is having a good week, or has had a good week, depending on when you're watching this video. And yep, all right. So that's our load. Very, very good load. That soap, it really is phenomenal. If I do say so myself, I made it. I think, was it Will? Did Will say he would purchase that? So I'm just basically going right on top of this and whipping up an even creamier lather. I think Will said if I made some of this Franken soap, he would purchase it. But nah, you don't want to purchase anything I make, man. No. So yeah, we're getting a very, very nice dense lather, which is kind of what I expected. You can see we're pretty peaky. We're going to add a little bit of water to this. Yeah, I'll just dip the brush inside of the Mount Fuji mug, and we'll continue lathering. We're almost done here. Hope everyone's had a very productive week or weekend or whatever. Hope everyone's doing well health-wise, your families. Hope you're prosperous, because that's important, and hope you're getting whatever you want out of life, Everybody wants something different out of life. I am going to start doing, I don't know what I'm going to call it, like every shave, something I don't like about what's going on or whatever. And so it's not always going to be this, sometimes it'll be different topics, but that's the load, by the way. So very, very nice. We have some excess in there. I'm going to probably take that after I wet my face here. So yeah, we'll talk about some things. I do have a nice bruise on my arm. That was from this weekend. picking up some, well, I was doing a little side job and I was picking up these pallets of shingles and climbing up the ladder, to put them on the roof because, you got to get them up there. And so yeah, climbing up a ladder with, I don't know, those things are probably 90 pounds, 100 pounds, whatever it is. And climbing, whatever, I think it was 28 foot up the ladder. You got to get up there any way you can. And so that's kind of what I was doing, just kind of getting up there any way I could just to get the shingles up. And they ended up getting myself into a bind, not going up the right way, blah, blah, blah. I didn't fall or anything. I was perfectly fine. But I was in a jam. I was in a bit of a pickle. And so I had to use my forearms and my bicep to basically like hold all the weight. So anyway, as I was climbing, not the ideal way. As I was going up, I had it on my shoulder. And as I was going up with it on my shoulder, anyways, like I said, I got into a bind and had to readjust it to my forearms, and so I'm climbing up the ladder like this, like with it all on my, man, that was bad news. I knew I was good. I wasn't ever worried about falling or anything like that, but I was like, man, I don't want to drop these shingles, because you drop those shingles from damn near almost 3 stories up, they're gone. I think there were 10 or 12 shingles per pack. So you're talking, at least $75 worth of shingles that would have been completely ruined by that one drop. So yeah, I just couldn't do it. So I just went up as I could. But getting back to that's not what I didn't like. Like that's not part of what I was talking about before. That was just my stupidity. But there's this thing that I heard about, and I didn't believe it at first. I don't know if the U.S. government passed it or how. Well, we were slinging lather everywhere. Very nice lather, by the way. I don't know if you can tell or not. I don't know how this is happening, but apparently the U.S., with the U.S. people's tax money, are going to start paying immigrants, illegal immigrants. Not just any immigrant, illegal immigrants. The people that come here without going through the proper channels to do so. Blah, 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 whatever. They're going to start giving them, I think it's like hundreds of thousands of dollars. And, of taxpayer money. So I pay taxes, because I'm a good citizen. And, well, and because I don't have a lot of write-offs. But anyway, yeah. They're going to give that money to people that came here illegally, as opposed to... And so one of the questions that was asked of the, I don't know, whoever the person that they asked, press secretary, whatever. One of the questions that was asked of her is, oh, very nice, by the way. This is cutting very smooth. Oh, I've got to tell you about these two. We use these in the last shave, the Balzanos. Oops, sorry, my finger's probably blocking that. The Balzanos. I got a little story about those. I'll get to that here in a second. Anyway, yeah, they're going to start giving money to the illegal immigrants. And look, you're trying to get out of poverty. You're trying to get out of a third world country. You're trying to get to somewhere that's much better than the place that you were born into. I'm 100% for you coming to the U.S. Absolutely. I support that 100%. But if you don't go through the right channels, and you come here against the laws, I do think that there's something wrong with that. You know? My family were immigrants. My wife's family, immigrants. They came here the right way. You know? They came here through the proper channels. They didn't come here illegally. And when they came here the right way, they damn sure didn't get money for it. And that was kind of the question proposed to the press secretary. Oh, my wife's texting me. Yeah. So the reporter asked the press secretary, so are you guys going to start giving money to people that come here legally as well? And she just seemed like dumbfounded by the question. Like, she was like, no, why would we give money to people that came here legally? And he's like, well, why would you give money to people that came here illegally? So, yeah, that's, you can give me your comments down below what you think about that. I'd like to know, you know. I mean, I won't think any less of you if you disagree with me, or, you know, I won't think any more of you if you agree with me. It is, you know, it's just, everybody has their own opinion. I mean, you know, there is a right and a wrong opinion, but, at least on this, there's a right and a wrong opinion. But, again, I mean, you know, your opinion is your opinion. I can't change that. And, to have differing opinions is perfectly fine. But yeah, that's something that really irks me. When I heard that, at first I was like, no, there's no way that's true. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. So like I said, you know, I'll leave it at that. And I don't know what I want to call that segment or whatever of the shave. You know, whatever. Maybe what irks me. Maybe I'll call it what irks me, whatever. But yeah, that's what irks me for this shave. So, by the way, very, very nice first pass. Extremely nice first pass. I will attribute that not only to the excellent razor. These little, man, I looked them up. They're not that expensive. The little Gillette Bluetooth. They're actually phenomenal. And I think the very first vid, I have a little fever blister there. The very first video I did actually with using it, several guys, I believe, said that they used them as their travel razors. I definitely know one or two guys said it. And yeah, I mean, it's phenomenal. It really, really is a great throwaway razor. Perfect. This is very, very slick. You can tell it's a nice dense lather as well. It's not dissipating. It's kind of pasty. Kind of how I like it. I like it like if this is super pasty, super dry and pasty, and then this is like super wet and like dripping off your face. I like it more towards the pasty side. Not completely dry pasty, but if I let it sit on my face for a little while, yeah, it's gonna get dry. But I also don't want the stuff that's just running and oozing off my face. I'm not down for that. So, all right. So the Balzanos. The only thing I'm not really happy with on this, I'll show you real quick, is the strip up here. I don't need it. It's really meant for if you're using gels or like Barbasol-esque shaving creams or shaving foam, where you're not really getting that hydration. You're getting the slickness and whatever, cushion, etc., but you're not really getting the hydration. And so that's the lubricating strip that helps with that. You don't need it when we're using, you know, traditional, well, this is a Franken puck or Franken-Soap, but you get the point. I don't really need that on this, so every now and then you'll see little strings. It is what it is. It annoys me, but I deal with it because this razor is very, very nice. All right, so the Balzano. So as you saw, the Balzano, for me, it was tuggy, right? And what I think, well, let me get to the facts first. So for me, it's definitely tuggy. There's no question. But I didn't receive any irritation from the tugginess. So I don't know if you guys remember the Tiger Platinum blades. I had a ton of irritation after that shave. Or after those 2 shaves. I think I tried it twice. A ton of irritation from that razor. The razor blade. None from the Balzano. And actually, I'll tell you this. Although it was tuggy during the shave, after the shave, I had no irritation the day after, and then actually it was very, very smooth. I had a very, very smooth next day. So typically, like right now, I'm shaving. I'm a night shaver, so I'm shaving at night. Typically by tomorrow evening, so you know, roughly 24 hours after my shave, I'm feeling like definite stubble. For some reason, with the Balzano blade, I didn't have any stubble until the following morning. So over 24 hours, you know, almost 36 hours. I used the R3 base plate on the Rockwell 6C. So it wasn't like I used a hyper aggressive razor or base. So anyways, I'm thinking the Balzanos. My thoughts now are, you know, for me there's a little bit of discomfort when shaving. A little bit. You know, it's not like an extremely dull straight razor or anything like that. It's nothing like that. It's nothing like the Tiger Platinum blade. But it's definitely a lot more uncomfortable shaving with it than it is using anything else. You know, any other razor blade. So there's that. But if you can get away from that and look past that, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Look past that little bit of tugginess, man. No irritation, I guess, because it's not super sharp. And I don't know how, but again, even though it wasn't super sharp and kind of pulled and tugged, I had a very, very nice lasting, you know, no hair, no stubble. All right, we're gonna grab a little bit left of that. See how it's not really drippy or runny, it's just creamy, nice, thick, creamy. I like that more than I like the real drippy, wet lathers, which is typically what's left in the ball of my brush here with any other soap. So I would say that it's a success, the Franken-Puck with Colonel Comp. I would say that's a very, very good combo. And all I'm doing is really adding glycerin. That's all I'm doing. I'm adding glycerin to my Franken-Soap. So yeah, it could bring a little bit of drying property to the Franken-Soap, but I have Mitchell's wool fat in there anyway, so it's going to counteract. At least that's, you know, that's the math I'm doing in my head. So, okay, against the growth here, against the grain, and let's do it. I shipped out some more straight razors today. I had two to ship out. Shipped those out this morning. The post office is supposed to open at 7:30. I got there at 7:20. I get to work. Work starts at 8. You know. So I got to the post office at 7:20, anticipating, waiting a few minutes. They didn't open the door. They didn't come and unlock the door for you to get into the post office to even check your boxes, much less go and send mail or whatever, buy stamps, whatever. They opened the door at 7:45. It was 7:47. So 17 minutes out. Is it a big deal? No, it's not a big deal. I'm not acting like it's a huge inconvenience for me, But I'm just saying, and then I'm just inquisitive when things like that happen. And the lady there knows me because I've been mailing out stuff for the past 4 years, 5 years. I was like, hey, what's going on this morning? Something happened? You guys, and she was like, she said, yeah, some people just don't want to come in. And then she looked behind her and there was another lady sitting in there drinking some coffee. So I don't know if that meant the lady that she was pointing to was supposed to come in and open and was just late, or I don't know what the deal was. Like I said, it wasn't a huge inconvenience. It's just something that happened. So I'm just telling you guys. More funny for me than anything. Just, because most people, for whatever reason, and in my opinion, it's unfortunate, most people just aren't inquisitive anymore. It's like, I don't know if they're trying to be PC or if they're just trying to not, I don't know. But if I have a question, I'm going to ask. What's the worst that could happen, They don't want to answer? Okay, then don't answer. But, yeah. Just an observation. A lot of people just are scared to ask things anymore. Scared to ask questions of the unknown, and just don't be scared just to ask. In the IT field, we have a lot of our clients that have no idea. I mean, literally no clue whatsoever how the process works. From the network traffic coming in on their WAN port, being redirected to their NIPS, their network intrusion prevention system, their firewall going through their ACLs if those are in place, then making it to the managed switches. I'm going to rinse off with some cold water here. We have a bit of irritation from having that. Oh, I didn't tell you, the growth that I had was, I think, like 3 full days plus a little more. So just under 4 days. So, like I told you guys before, I do get some irritation if I let it go more than 2 days, I'm getting irritation on my face. Just from the hair growth. My skin just starts flaring up. But anyways, my point was, I like when our clients ask questions. It doesn't bother me when people ask questions. If you don't know, you're not stupid, you're just ignorant. And that's completely different. And I think a lot of people forget that. And, say anything. Say IT that works for your company. Say a mechanic, your mechanic that works in your car. Your financial advisor, anything. If you go to them, remember, you're paying them. You're paying them. They're not paying you, you're paying them. If you go to them and have questions, and it's one thing if they can't answer, maybe they're just not knowledgeable enough to know, which is another problem. But if they're acting like buttholes about it, like about answering your question, like you're bothering them, you got to get a new financial advisor. You got to get a new mechanic. You got to get a new whatever. You know, you got to, because no. And you know, it goes even deeper than, oh, you're paying them and they should do anything. That's not what I mean at all. Duke Cannon. I don't mean that in that way, like, but you know, if you ask questions of someone and it's their role to know the answers to those questions and they act like you're bothering them, I mean, my mechanic would never do that, but let's just say Mr. Billy. Let's just say Mr. Billy just kind of brushed me off when I asked him a question about something that I got to go there for. I don't have anything at the moment, luckily, knock on wood. But if I did, and I had to ask a question because I didn't understand what he was telling me needed to be changed out, and he was like, let me worry, you know, whatever the answer was, and it wasn't answering I'd be like, okay, give me my keys. I'm going somewhere else. People are just scared to ask questions, man. And because of that, people are also scared to answer questions, which could be the result of what I'm talking about here. People aren't asking, so people aren't having to tell. So when people do ask, it's like an inconvenience. Anyways, I don't know how I got on that whole tangent right now, but that was the shave, guys. Again, we went with the Franken-Soap, Mitchell's Wool Fat, Duke Cannon's some shaving cream crap. Williams Mug Soap, I think, is in this. And I think there was something else. I just can't remember. The video of me making that soap is actually on this channel. So you can go back maybe 20, 30 videos ago and see that. So we loaded that. We loaded the Franken-Soap. Then we loaded from the Amber Glycerin Puck from Colonel Conk. We used the Razor Rock 24 millimeter synthetic brush, and for the razor we use the Gillette Blue 2 Plus. Yeah, Gillette Blue 2 Plus. When I look these up, be careful if you're trying to buy this. There's like a what is it, teal, like a teal or aquamarine color back here. You want the blue. There's the dark blue base, and then there's like the lighter blue backing, for lack of a better term. There's some that have the teal backing. Do not buy the teal. Like the same color as this. I don't know if my camera's doing that justice. I'm sorry. That's teal. What I'm calling teal, aquamarine, whatever. And then that's blue. You want to get the blue one. Don't get the teal backing. Get the blue backing like this. I don't know if there's a difference. There may not be a difference, but I'm telling you, the ones I have the blue backing, not the teal backing. So just putting that out there. I don't want you to buy it and say these suck, and you know you have the wrong ones. That's all I'm saying. So, all right, guys, how long are we at? Oh my gosh, we are almost at 30 minutes. Woo! All right, well, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna rinse off both of these pucks, the Colonel Conk and the Franken puck. I'm gonna wring out my brush. I'm gonna let this dry, put it up, and yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you next shave, and stay out of trouble. Stay getting your money. I'll get your money. And I'll see you guys next